As Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who held bilateral talks with President Joe Biden, addressed the U.S. Congress and had a star-studded state dinner on day 2 of his U.S. visit. At the U.S. Congress, Prime Minister Modi spoke of shared values of democracy, equality and diversity. He also flagged India's fast-growing economy, rapid digitalization and commitment to environment that makes it a dream destination for investors. The U.S. President and the Prime Minister of India shared some light-hearted moments after hard negotiations and diplomacy at the state dinner. The President also raised a toast to India and the U.S. relationships, talks about the strength of the Indian-American community, with the Prime Minister saying thank you for your friendship to the this is to the President of the United States. The Prime Minister also said that democratic traditions of India are vibrant. As far as the bilateral talks are concerned, Prime Minister Modi says we've had wide-ranging conversations. He raised a toast to equality, liberty, as well as the fraternity and what he called everlasting India-US bilateral ties. Let's just listen in to what the Prime Minister had to say, as well as get a report from the ground with my colleague Maha Siddiqui.
मैं जानता हूं कि सभी लोग आज के स्पेशल मेनू को देखकर भोजन के लिए आतुर है और डॉक्टर बाइडेन ने बहुत बारीकी से एक-एक चीज की चिंता की है, लेकिन एक काम अभी बाकी है। मेरा आग्रह है कि आप सभी एक टोस्ट में मेरा साथ दें।
I know everyone is eager to have dinner. Looking at today's special menu, I know the effort made by Dr. Biden in very delicately curating today's menu. But there is one more thing left to do. Please join me in raising a toast.
A toast to our wonderful hosts, President Biden and Dr. Jill Biden. A toast to good health, prosperity, and the pursuit of happiness, to liberty, equality, and fraternity, and to the everlasting bonds of friendship between India and the United States. Cheers. Cheers. Thank you. इंडियन अमेरिकन लोगों ने अमेरिका में बहुत लंबी यात्रा तय की है। भारतीय मूल्यों, भारत के लोकतांत्रिक परंपराओं और हमारी संस्कृति के गौरव से भरे हुए इन लोगों को अमेरिका के मेल्टिंग पॉट में निरंतर मान सम्मान मिला है। भारतीय मूल के लोगों ने अमेरिका के समावेशी समाज और अर्थव्यवस्था को और मजबूत बनाने में बहुत बड़ी भूमिका निभाई है।
The good news for both of us, neither of us drink. That is what? Ginger ale, okay. Mr. Prime Minister, I had an Irish grandfather named Ambrose Finnegan, and he used to say that when you give a toast and you don't have any alcohol in your glass, you must do it with your left hand. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. As two great democracies, in the bustle of our work, India and the United States hear the cry and the call of destiny to take our nations and the world forward to a future worthy of our dreams, a future of greater prosperity, opportunity, liberty, equality for all, and for the good of the world. Because it's only when every person can grasp their fullest potential that we as nations can achieve our highest purpose.
Ranging across subjects, across sectors, the issues that we've seen both the sides tackling, there has been a lot of substance in this visit, going from defense to technology partnership, to even issues related to just people, for instance the H-1B visa decision. All these are very crucial and critical, and to some extent they show the need on both sides for each other as well. Because for instance, if you see the defense deals or what both sides have said about China specifically, you heard the Prime Minister talk about how it is a common concern. Without naming China, the aggression in the Indo-Pacific by a particular country, the indication is towards which country when Indo-Pacific is spoken about and coercion or aggression is spoken about. So clearly the Prime Minister very clearly mentioning there that it is a core concern in the Indo-US relationship as well. In the defense sector, a landmark deal there between GE and HAL for the jet engines, and landmark because it has now been clearly mentioned that it will involve technology transfer. It's a big leap forward as far as defense engagement between the two sides is concerned. For a long time, the US has been in fact wanting India to purchase defense equipment from America. Before the Ukraine war and when India was still continuing its engagements in a big way with Russia, it had been saying that interoperability will be a problem, which it would have been, considering that most of India's defense equipment has been from Russia. But now we are seeing a clear shift over here, and the defense engagements that we are seeing now, not just in terms of exercises that India and the US have been conducting, but in this technology transfer that US has relented to for India, a big shift. And in turn, India also buying those drones, which is a purely buyer-seller relationship. But the move from buyer-seller relationship to technology transfer is crucial for India, considering India wants to make in India, be Atmanirbhar or self-reliant. Tech partnership, space partnership, apart from that, decision on H-1B visas that can now be renewed in US itself for techies. All these are big and substantive decisions that have taken place.